Project Milestone 2. Starting off, new features. We'll see them a little bit later. Shooting is performed through a separate thing. We have our shooter main class, and then we have its subclass. The shooter tank is right here. All of them have the shoot, and then they instantiate a bullet. It fires shells in a direction via the physics. We'll talk physics since we're already here. In our bullet tank, we have our shoot. These two I didn't end up using. I kept them just in case. This is the one I ended up using the most. So I kept it. Rigid body, uses linear velocity, just shoots it in a straight line, forward direction, and then it multiplies it by the speed. You can see that actually work. See that work if our game manager had the right one. There we go, of course. Create it. When we shoot, goes from the center here, just shoots on out. Nice, easy, in the direction we're facing. Using physics. Shooter component limits fire rate. Let's show that in code. In our pawn tank, it's right here. It's just getting the time, and it is seeing if it is equal to the next shot time, where the next shot time, we basically take it and we punt a ball in front of us, and then that is when we can shoot, which is the current time plus the fire rate over 1. So it's just in seconds. So, throw that out ahead of us. And then we just see if we catch up to it. Boom. Fire rate. Awesome. Shooter component contains data for fires, everything. I showed that a little bit at the beginning. It's right here, is in the main class. There's nothing in the children classes. Health. I do have health. Oh, health. And then it is able to be shown in the editor. Where's my health? The health is right here. So we can just 10, boom. Easy. Changed. Simple. Take damage. Correctly does damage and clamps. In our health. Take damage. Got a little bit of polymorphism going on. Got that nice simple polymorphism. We have take damages in 2 different types with a just generic. I usually do an integer, even though I very rarely use integers. I have it there just in case. Just in case I forget an F or I put just 5, we have an integer. It makes life easier. And then it clamps itself. So... Ooh. No, it doesn't. If we wanted to clamp itself, we just go like... Boom. Just throw that up a little bit. Now, it clamps itself at 0. Because that was an easier thing. It clamps itself within the range, checks for death, and then it goes to death. So if it is less than or equal to, then it just kills itself. Shells trigger overlap. The bullet, it's right here. Whoa, it's almost like I looked at this. It looks over and it just checks for the other. And then it sees if it has a health component. If it does, it takes damage equal to the bullet's damage, which is right up here. And then it destroys itself no matter what. So on trigger, if it hits anything, it kills itself. And then, self-destruct. And then it also has a destroy when it is first checked for the first time it is in the world. It sets itself a lifespan. So if it doesn't die, it dies again. The only difference between enemies and players is controller types. That is very true. Where is our pawn tank? Very nice, very nice. And then our pawn AI is just the pawn. There is no difference. I gotta actually pull that up. There's really no difference in between them. Where's the pawn? It's just the exact same thing. It inherits from the pawn. They do the exact same thing. The only difference is who's controlling them. And then this is the controller AI, which let us jump down a little bit. Each controller is a controller AI, which is a subset. Scrolling all the way to the top, there's a lot of code of controller. Wow. Jumping back up, 4 different personality types. Let's look at the main code. I got 4. One is this first guy. He goes in this kind of square. He just patrols. And then when he sees us, he stops and he shoots. He stops his thing and he shoots at us. It's a very slow, turn. This guy, he just runs away from us. As soon as he sees us, bolts away. I think I have another guy behind here. Do I? Yeah, I do. He's all the way in the corner. This guy should be a centurion, or this is the sniper. So he's just gonna sit there, and then he's gonna aim at us. And then if we fire back, oh my god! If I don't dodge the bullets, fire. He turns around and he runs away. I do need to increase that turn speed. I think the pink guy just ran off the map. I would not be surprised. There's a few holes. You can kind of see the hole in the wall. And then there's the 4th guy's over here. He's a little bit more well built. He's just a defender, so he's going to sit in an area. And then when we get close, he's going to turn around. So once he sees us, he'll start coming towards us. He's running. We're running. We'll flip around. And then if he happens to lose sight of us, he stops and he waits. There's the 4. I really need to increase the bullet speed. It's not hard to do. It's just a single variable. Each tank type did that. Each tank has its own prefabs. We saw them a few times. They're all right here. All my prefabs. Centurion, Defender, Roamer, Runner. The difference between all actions and senses are combined in the parent. We'll go a little bit more in depth. We have a lot of things in here, but up at the top we have our idle, our chase, our flee, shoot, patrol, rest, shot, all of these. All the actions are in here. So all the senses are down here. Sensors can see, can hear, in range, at location, did it flee, has it fled, and then the way that we put those together are in our defender, our AIs, our controller AI _ defender, where now we have our switch statements, which goes and it checks, is it an idle, is it in chase, is it in this, and then it checks between all those, which wasn't too hard. Chase action and flee action do exist. We did just see both of them. Chase, I don't know which one comes first. Chase might come first. Patrol, shot, do chase is right there. Flee's in here. I might have to just do flee. So it sees, do we have a target? If not, returns it, and then it looks at us, says the opposite of where we are, turns to that direction, and it seeks out that direction, which is opposite of us. And it flees. And then chase real quick. Do chase. If target isn't null, just making sure. Those were just in there for base checks, just for debugging. Seek, it's also good just to have them in there. Seek position. We have our seek down somewhere. Oh, it's up here. Just seeks it out, finds the location, rotates towards it, dashes to it. Boom. Hearing and vision. We have a can hear and can see, which are, can hear, can see. So just first checks it's within 2 angles, and then if it is within that angle, can we see it? If we can see it, we shoot. The only problem is the bullets are so slow. Okay, and then hearing is down here, where we have where our pawn is, and then where the AI is, and then it checks, are they close enough for the hearing and the sound objects to be close enough to each other so that we can quote unquote hear it, even though that there's zero sound. And then we have our testing field, which we've seen a little bit of, but I'll just look at it again. Oh, it's game still running. I built this. I don't know how to get out of this vision. I got into it, and now I'm stuck like this. I really don't know. I've been trying for a while. None of the buttons do what I think they do. So I'll have to figure that out. But we have this field where we have a bunch of these walls that we can get kind of cut off from. And we have this giant area to be patrolled so we can adjust distances. And then there's this checkered pattern, which is great for movement so that we can actually see things are moving. But that is just about it.